Hey, this is Chris Cal. It is June 26, 2018, a Tuesday, and I have some really exciting updates. Let me show you. So, I got my VESC, the Vetter Electronic Speed Control, on the bottom now, and the car can be controlled using this joypad. So, right now I have a launch file running from the MIT race car, ROS launch, race car, del op.launch. Hold down this deadman button, or what's called deadman button, and it's moving forward now. Go slowly, it can be tuned. But look, it looks a little slow on camera, but it's moving. And I let go, or if I do this and let go of the dead man switch, with my left finger, it doesn't move. Holding down the dead man switch, the front turns left and right. Right, left, right. So it's super cool now. I mean, this is running off of DC power, also runs off battery. And, everything's set up now. I got a hub. That is the keyboard and mouse. There's one to the VESC, and then this is to the joystick. Down here is the VESC, which is super cool. And it's super cool because when I run it, when I move the motor, it actually turns green. So it just looks super sick too. This looks super cool because it's like a visual reference that you know it's taking in a command. So it's super cool. Now I want to show you some other things we're working on. So I'm working, also big shout out to Jack today. He helped me solder on the VESC because the VESC has different size terminals. It had a 5mm bullet clip when the Traxxas motor is 3.5mm, so it was a pain to solder, but he did it. It took like probably 2 hours. So really a big favor. I helped Tim set up his car as well, so his car's running also. So some other updates is wall falling was actually working, kind of, in the hallways today. Last time I showed you that I had modeled a racetrack with the hallways outside of the M Lab in Levine Building, second floor at University of Pennsylvania. And it was able to turn well, except it turned into one divot where we want it to hard code turns. So essentially what hard coding means is, and I'll show you what we're working on right now. So Sheil from the lab today was working on ways to hard code let me show you. I guess I need to actually copy and paste this in later. But essentially inside scripts, inside PID error, we're gonna try and hard code in turn instructions. So the idea is that given some type of map, we want the robot to hard code. So let me just show you what I mean by this. So if I do my command here, the ROS launch, wall following, dot launch. So this, of course, as you know, opens up the simulator. And inside the simulator, we will have our world file, which is the one I made of Levine Hall. And the robot, of course, moves around. So in this case, we see the robot moving. It moves pretty slowly because of the MUX, which is connecting to the joypad. But if I were to disconnect it, then the robot would turn faster, move faster. It's just from the MUX. Same with in real time. So I disconnect it, now it's faster. Velocity basically increases. So anyways, you notice how here we want the robot, even though it's here, we do a simple left wall follow, but we want it to make a left. Because it's doing a wall follow, the robot knows pretty trivially to make a left. So okay, the robot comes up and it makes a left. However, you may look ahead and wonder, well, let me make sure that robot is making a left first of all. So yeah, it looks like it's gonna make that left. It slows down the velocity, and in real life, when we were running this in the hallway today, it was pretty similar, and I'll post that video separately as well. So that's super cool. Now the thing is that down here, you may notice that there's this divot. This is actually door into Weiss Tech House and door into an office space. Actually, one of the professors they had, Swapnil Chef and some other professors. And when the robot gets here, because it's doing a left wall follow, it's always going to make a left in here and hit a dead end. But what we actually want the robot to do is to make a second left. So first left, we want to make second left. And so essentially what Sheil and I were working on, he did most of the coding today while I was setting up the car. He wrote something such that we can detect when there's an opening coming up. And we do this by looking at laser scans and seeing incrementally between 0 degrees and 60 degrees if there's some type of jump. If there's some type of jump in the distance and threshold, then there's probably some opening. The opening could be really big or could be really small. but there's some type of opening essentially. And so the robot should detect this opening, and it should say in the commands, which would be given over here instead of this turn instructions, it should say, you know, wanted to eventually make a, what does it have right here? Eventually we wanted to go continue center and then make a left. So continue center, then make a left. Keep going straight, and then I want you to make a left. A little different type of thinking. So you notice here, here's the robot in the simulator, and the simulator is really helpful because it's really our tool ground to test a lot of things. The robot's doing its laser scans, and as normal, it's doing its PID, trying to maintain a trajectory at 0.5 meters. The width is about 1.5 meters, about 0.5 meters around here. It's gonna look like it should make a left turn to follow this left wall. It's gonna realize that it's kind of a dead end, but it's gonna realize too late. So if you look at this here, the robot realizes a bit too late. He may actually make it out magically, but sometimes it crashes as well. Okay, in this case it made it, but it just got lucky. We want to be able to hard code in, and this is the most basic steps. They're in many ways kind of like waypoints, except the waypoints are at each opening. And eventually we're going to get waypoints throughout, and we'll have the robot using localization, Hector Slam, and other types of methods, which I have not yet learned and I'm dying to learn, and there's also a lot of math behind it, so I don't want to learn too deeply yet. That was a mouthful. But eventually we're going to have waypoints, and the robot is just going to follow these waypoints. It's kind of like Pac-Man dots, you can see, or they're just, you know, these waypoints are going to have location and velocity, and they're going to have nice apex curves, and as long as the robot can localize where it is, then the robot can just follow the waypoints and it will make it a lot faster. So that will be very cool later on. I mean, this very simple idea of doing a race can actually learn a lot about control theory. I haven't yet gotten to work on what I wanted to work on, which is the original idea that NVIDIA was doing with the convolutional neural nets and the Z camera, but that will come later on. For now, it's not too big of an issue. So, you know, there's a robot. Sometimes it crashes too. Like, sometimes it actually ends up going around. We might actually be lucky enough to, maybe not lucky, but we might see it here. Looks like it's gonna turn pretty well. You'll see the wheels are turned pretty well. I mean, this angle is not even entirely 30 degrees. It's at about 23 degrees. But that's super cool. So I'm gonna take a look at Shield's code now. Just wanna give you a quick update. Hopefully I can post a video of the robot running as well. And cool, thanks.